We're joined by Tyler Biadasz, a 2019 Remington Award winner, big time, and the unanimous All-American 2022 Pro Bowler, entering his 7th season, now with a new team, the Los Angeles Chargers. Please welcome to the show, Tyler Biadasz. Brother, I appreciate you coming up on, man. Hey, what are your thoughts on PFF grades?
Confused, honestly confused. I don't know how to get better on PFF.
Hey, just tell me how to get better, dude. You're bumming me out.
Is a knockdown a plus?
Oh, Mike McDaniel. Is he really the brilliant offensive mind that people says he is?
Absolutely. First offensive meeting, all of us O-linemen, we walked out of that meeting and he put a tape together and he kind of talked through each and everything, and we walked out of that meeting we were excited. We were all excited.
I've survived every situation, knowing when to freeze and when to run. And regret is just a memory written on my brow, and there's nothing I can do about it now.
Hey, welcome to In Good Company with Mitch Morse. I'm your host, Mitch Morse. Casey Hahi is not with us. He's with us in spirit. It's my co-host. Okay. We're joined by Tyler Biadasz, a 2019 Remington Award winner, big time, and the unanimous All-American 2022 Pro Bowler, entering his 7th season, now with a new team, the San Diego. Was previously the San Diego. Bear with me here. The Los Angeles Chargers. That's tough. I hate that. Please welcome to the show, Tyler Biadasz. Brother, I appreciate you coming up on, man. How's life treating you, pal?
Man, it's great. It's great. Got out here, towards the end of March, right before OTA started. And, we're in OTAs right now. And right now we're in phase 2. So we've had a lot of, we've probably had a little bit over a month, just as a team together. So it's been cool to obviously you're meeting new people. Yeah. It's a new team. And it's not just me. There's a lot of other new guys that came in free agency or even draft picks now. This week was
it's always fun.
The draft picks are all here. So it's fun. We're all now finally together. So, so you're kind of trying to see more of the vibes of where everything's at, and then how you're going forward. I think, obviously right now we have 91 on the roster, so it's a pack.
Because it's interesting, you've made this change from coast to coast. You're entering your 3rd team in 7 years, but now you're a veteran presence entering a new locker room. Was it different? Is it a different feeling from when you went from the Cowboys to the Commanders to now from the Commanders to the Chargers? Yeah,
it was obviously a different case scenario. Obviously being going into free agency versus obviously being released. So it's where it was more expected after the season versus unexpected. But in regards of the excitement, there was a vibe of when I met Coach Harbaugh and the whole staff, man, just what they bring in regards of philosophy and what their beliefs and how the offenses ran. And obviously with the center mind, it's when you obviously certain angles, but also what style you fit more into in certain ways, right? Totally. So in that case, it was totally meant to be. I think in my mind, when I went there, I had a great visit, and got to talk to Coach McDaniel and Coach Butch Berry, the O-line coach, and everything, and it was a wrap that night. We all kind of knew it when we were there, and and then after dinner we got it done. So
pen to paper shortly after.
Pen to paper the
You're
next morning.
You're a 3 for 30 kind of guy, dude. You signed a few. Hey, congratulations, by the way. Well deserved.
Appreciate that.
Tell me a little bit about Mr. Harbaugh. Because he seemed, dude, an exuberant personality, right? Mm-hmm. Almost comical to the outside looking in, but there's something about the guy where you know that he's genuine.
For sure.
He cares about his players, and he knows football. Mm-hmm. You've been there a month. You had that dinner where you kind of got to meet him, but you always think, is this some sort of facade? And then you get to meet the dude, and every person I've talked to says that this is who he is. Yeah. What has this first month been like? Of course, with all the guys you were saying, but what have you seen from Jim Harbaugh? Yeah,
so his passion and his aura about football is, I've never seen it like that before. I really haven't. Just the excitement he brings every day. Even when I first met him, so I had an O-line coach, Mike Solari, and he coached with Coach Harbaugh when he was in San Fran, and some of the terms that you may have seen or his personality of sayings was who's got it better than us? Nobody, right? And Coach Solari, when I had him in Dallas, he had some of the same whatever you want to call them, mantras or
Yeah.
personality, whatever. But like, so when I first saw Coach Harbaugh, I was like, man, what a day this is. Like, I was so pumped to meet him too, because we played in college against each other too. So when he was at Michigan, I was at Wisconsin.
Yeah.
So he had recall on every, when we were talking about
Big Ten
we were talking
dudes.
about
Yeah,
ball
no,
the whole time. So like we went 2-2 against each other. So it was cool. But the genuine like spirit he has for the game, like he is pumped. I got to meet his dad yesterday. The oldest Coach Harbaugh. Yeah. Like he was at the facility, and it was awesome. Like just that whole family, like like how they are as a football mind. It's pretty special.
Exuberant.
Yeah,
exuberant personalities. Nah, you love football, and the Holy Spirit works in mysterious ways. But it seems like two really strong characters in there.
Mm-hmm.
Mike McDaniel,
for sure.
So he was in my division for a bit. And you always, when you guys in your division, you're trying to find reasons to hate him. Mm-hmm. Couldn't do it. Dude just seems. I mean, he's got the swag and all that stuff, and I've never been a guy on that. But is he really the brilliant offensive mind that people says he is?
Absolutely. Yeah. No, his confidence and his conviction is off the charts. But what he brings with that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like it's not a facade. Like it's a like. Man, I wish you were in the building to like see it in the center mindset.
No, I'm saying because you're always around dudes who have confidence and conviction, and you're just kind of in the back of your mind, like, all right, dude, like waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Yeah,
like, what's this going to be like in week 2 or something?
Sure.
But he's got it.
Yeah, no, he's got it. No, and he's got it. Like I remember when we watched film together, like, on my visit, we watched my film, and then obviously like putting it in perspective of like the scheme and like the offensive system that they were bringing to LA from Miami, and then we watched like Justin Herbert, and we watched him like what his abilities and everything like that. and so we were both like on both sides of it too, and no, like we'll be bringing the action this year.
Yeah, that's sick.
No, it's fun, man. No, it's I remember the first offensive meeting, all of us O linemen, we walked out of that meeting and he put like a tape together, and he like kind of talked through each and everything, and we walked out of that meeting like we were excited, like we were all excited.
Casey and I would like to take this opportunity to thank our sponsor over at LaBatt for not only making a delicious beverage, I mean, even on the can it says pristine Pilsner, and I tend to agree, but also being there for the best roasts and toast to your buddy, because LaBatt is brewed for the roast. Now, I'm off to the golf course, and my plan is to drink enough of these to where I'm not depressed when I go to bed because of how shitty I am at this sport. Back to the episode. Speaking of that offensive line room, dude, I know you're excited to go in there with Sean Slater, Joe Alt.
Yep.
See those two monsters, just freaks walking around. Have you got to know them this past month? That's the great thing about OTAs, right? It's like football, whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
But like integrate with the dudes. Have you been able to do that with the offensive line? And what's it like having those two bookend tackles? It might be some of the most underrated yet best tackles in the league.
Yeah. No, so I've known Rashawn probably for 6 years now. Like he came out of Northwestern the year after I came out. So
Big Ten folks, I'm telling you.
So we're rocking the Big Ten, yeah. But yeah, and then Joe Alt, I actually just met him probably a month ago, right before I came to OTAs. But our O-line coach we had in college is the same O-line coach. So what I had, and Joe Rudolph was in Wisconsin. He went to Notre Dame, and he had Joe Alt. So I was to go visit up in Notre Dame to go visit Coach Rudolph, and Joe Alt was there, and he was there for like the Luke Combs concert and everything.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool. We got to go to that. So we got to like obviously know each other a little bit beforehand, but again, like I've known Rashawn, and we've been, we trained with Duke in Texas.
Duke.
So
let's talk a little bit about Duke.
Yeah.
All right. So this is going to be the only conversations I've had with Duke have been awesome. All right, but this is maybe the curmudgeon in me.
Sure.
I came in around the LaCharles Bentley era, and LaCharles, great football player. I think he knows his stuff, but he got a little stank to it. Duke seems like he's got a really good thing going on down there. I haven't drinking the water yet. I'm close to drinking the Duke water. It sounds kind of weird, but Tell me a little bit about Duke. What makes him tick? Why is everyone he's been around so successful?
Yeah, I think it all depends. Like it depends on what your like intentions are too. I think because it's like his program is weight training and position work specific, so it's a combination of both. And then you could even take it another step further of like watching your film and then going and doing drills but it's all and it's not as complex as it might seem to a viewer, but in my respect it's like how I viewed it was like, okay, what does my coach want where I'm at, and how do I incorporate it in my training here? And then we watched like a perfect play tape, right? And then you obviously you replicate it as much as you possibly can in training. But like the weight training on top of it of, and just getting your body in shape. Like, I think we have a pretty good group that comes back every year.
Yeah.
Obviously, the guys that were there prior to like Teron Armstead and Eric McCoy and Cesar Ruiz and Rashawn Slater and some of the other guys that are more known. Like it's like a competitive group too, so you're like you're within competition, but also like I can pick Eric McCoy's brain, I could pick Cesar Ruiz's brain, be like, hey, like what do you find when you jump set, when you go offhand, like on a left shade versus right, like I could pick their brain versus like you might not have that, right? Like you might have to like use your imagination.
Yeah, well, the nice thing to hear is like you get coached by your offensive line coach wherever you are, and be able to integrate that into how you're working with this guy. So it's not just like, hey, this is my stuff, do that. Right. Eric McCoy is an interesting pull. I think he's one of the more underrated centers.
100%.
He's a dog.
He's a dog.
He's a dog. I selfishly, I want him to play as long as he can.
Yeah.
He still seems like a young dude to me. That being said, I think he's going into year 9 or year 10.
Yeah, I think it's 9.
Time's flying, but that kind of sparked this thought in myself, because when I got in the league, there was an embarrassment of riches at center. Right, there was the Pouncey twins, there was Max Unger, there was Jason Kelsey, there was Eric Wood, there was the list goes, Rodney Hudson, all these dudes. List goes on, and you try to watch dudes, and you hear about like, who do you study? Like I dude, there's some things that Jason's doing that I'm like, that's fucking awesome. I can't do it.
Yeah, right.
But is there one dude, whether it was in your division or just a guy, that you find yourself gravitating if you're playing, let's just say the Ravens or something, and there's someone in the AFC North, is there someone that you gravitate towards watching film on? Is there a guy that you try to pick and choose some of their techniques, or is there a few guys you're like, man, that guy's doing it well, let me see what he's doing? Yeah,
I would say when I first came in the league, it was Frank Ragnow, Eric McCoy, and then when I met you,
shut the fuck up.
I told you right to your face.
The fuck up, dude.
I met him when I was in when we went to the Pro Bowl in
Pro
2022.
Bowl.
Hell yeah. And but no, I was watching your film that year going into 2022. So it started off because it kind of like expands too, right? So like you can get what you can get from a player, and then like for like Frank, it was like the zone combinations, or like the way he can,
but I also can't block a guy standing at 6'4".
Yes.
That dude's glutes were engaged, man.
But Eric McCoy's punch, like, like the timing of like with his feet and like, being balanced. It's like, with you be playing with like length or like being out in space, right? Like you're pulling on
hamstrings,
right? Like G-skins, right? Yeah, and so, but I'm with you though. Like there's ones that were like with Jason Kelsey where I would watch his too, but there's only so many things you can get from it, right? Because it's like you can only manipulate so much of your own body, right?
Yeah, I can't run like I would love to run like a gazelle, jump over someone, and then dump a linebacker while moving 20 miles an hour. That sounds great. That's sick. I would love to do that.
Yeah,
I can't do it, dude. I can't do it. So you've bounced from coast to coast.
Yep.
What's been the biggest difference, just not only in the building, outside the building, trying to acclimate into Los Angeles?
Yeah, no, man, it's a beautiful day every day. Literally, it's fucking beautiful every day. No, I think in 5 weeks I've been here, it's sprinkled once.
Sprinkled
like there's
once.
no rain. There's no rain, dude.
No, it's a serious problem actually. Yeah, no, it's a real problem.
No,
yeah.
seriously, like it does not. Like it's a perfect day every day. Obviously, you have like traffic and stuff like that. Like you gotta get used to, or like the time zones of when to go throughout the day. But like
everyone's asleep when you try to call them after work.
Right.
On the other coast.
Right. No, that I was gonna say too. Even like with my family, like like shoot, they're 2 hours.
Yeah.
They're in Wisconsin, so like it's 2 hours of a difference, and so I'm going to bed early. That's what I've noticed. Like, I'm going to bed early. Like shit, I'm starting off year 7 in a good routine. So for me, was
sleep
like
score up, dude.
Yeah, right. Get my sleep score up. Yeah, but yeah. Otherwise, I mean, California's obviously like California.
A little different than Amherst.
I mean, dude, I got the ocean like 10
that
minutes
is,
away.
That
like,
is sweet.
That is the weirdest thing
That's
to me.
strange.
Like that was the strangest thing for me, was like having the ocean right there.
Does help.
Yeah.
Something about it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Amherst though.
Yeah.
Amherst
Yeah,
and my
Amherst,
Amherst.
yeah.
All right, dude. What I love to ask folks, because it's just curiosity kills a cat for me, is you're Wisconsin through and through, born and bred there, went to Wisconsin.
Yep.
Also, we have a Wisconsin Badger in here. She went to Wisconsin.
Nice.
As well.
What
Yeah.
year?
I graduated in 2024.
Nice.
So, 2019, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I
Just missed.
Like ships passing in the night, dude.
Oh, you were with Graham Mills, right?
I was.
You know him? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was there his first year. Yeah.
People knowing people.
Yeah.
I want to know about Tyler Biadasz, the man who sits here today.
Yep.
Not only as a football player, but as a man. How did Amherst, Wisconsin shape you?
Yeah. So growing up, my family, we grew up in a small town called Amherst, Wisconsin. 1,000 people.
Yo.
Small.
Yeah.
Like it is small. Like we are living like where me and my family grew up. Lived right outside of our. So my grandpa had a family farm, and like their land around us. We grew up right outside there. So we lived like probably a half mile down the road from like my grandpa's family farm. So we lived out in the country. But for me, it was like my parents, like just seeing their work ethic every day, honestly, and just like not half-assing shit.
Yeah.
Like honestly, it's like cliche, but it's also when you like my parents, me and my brother growing up, they wanted us to have, obviously, like it's always to have a better life for your kids that you didn't maybe have or whatever. So, they gave us a lot of opportunities in sports or clubs. Like if we wanted to, like, whether it could, growing up, whether it's like, hey, do you want to be in a chess club? Do you want to be in bowling? Do you want to be in certain sports?
Were you in chess club?
No, but I'm saying
you could, but you had the opportunity. That's right.
We got
I
an
got
opportunity,
you. Yeah.
right? And so, and me and my brother, we gravitated towards like baseball, basketball, and football. And I had an older brother, so he gave me kind of like an outlook, because my mom and dad really didn't play sports growing up. So my mom did a little bit, but my dad didn't. So we kind of had to learn a little bit more from scratch in regards of some of the sports we played, and my brother kind of taught me a lot of the stuff I knew. And then I had a great basketball coach and football coach that kind of like had seen more of the potential of how far you can go with it. And shit, they stayed on my ass.
Yeah.
I'll be honest too. Like, yo, like I stayed on my ass too, but like at the same time, like, they really like put the vision in front of me of like what I could accomplish or what I wanted to do. And it's hard from a small school because it was never been done before, like in Amherst. So like I had to really like kind of really think outside of the box, because it's literally like there was no set path for it. And so like you kind of just heard like these other stories around like Wisconsin of like these schools or like these guys that had scholarships, and you're like, it's possible and everything like that. And so you build off of that, but like at the same time, like, fall in love with the game. It's at that age. Like,
When did that happen for you? Like when did football become?
I would say like
real?
after my sophomore year of high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long have you been playing football for?
Since third grade. Like, I mean, I'll go
Tackle?
back, like, tackle. Like, I would go back. Like, I always loved the game, but like, I really didn't think of like I'm playing college football until after my sophomore year. Like, I always loved, there's pictures my mom has of me like drawing. It was so cool. Like it was like in kindergarten, they had this like little like picture you had to draw of like what you wanted to be in, and I drew like, at the time it was like the Washington Redskins, and it was like I was drawing a picture of me like playing for them, so like I could like go back on that.
Not the Pack, dude.
I don't know what I was thinking back then, man. Like,
Nice,
hey,
dude.
but no, but yeah. So like it was
Sacrilege.
like this constant as a kid of like playing football. So like and then just going out and maximizing it and having fun with it, and like just obviously pushing yourself to your limits, but also the best version of yourself, right? So
Was the vision always to be a badge?
it was. I didn't want to. It was, but like I had to until I got that offer. Like
Right, you had
from
to-
the Badgers, I had to be open, right?
Yeah.
Because, but also like I played defense in high school, so
Hell
like,
yeah, you did.
so like I didn't really like think of myself as a center going into college either.
Oh, no one envisions themselves as an offensive lineman when they start playing. When did your visions of actually having fun playing football were they ruined? Like when did they tell you you're going to be an offensive lineman?
No, it was so funny, man. Like it was. It wasn't that it wasn't funny. It was more so like, man, how do you do this? Like,
Yeah.
how do you snap a football? Like, and it was like, like going into college, I got to start from like the ground up, again. So I couldn't like really build off of like pass rush moves or stuff like that. Like it was all over, right? Like,
Well, dude, there's something freaky. You hear about it, like these dudes who go, like a David Edwards goes
Right.
there, and he goes from a tight end, and now he's 3,000. I love David, but he's not 3,000 pounds, but
Yeah,
he
yeah.
becomes a humongous person.
mm-hmm.
And the rumor mill around Wisconsin is just like they wake you up,
Yeah.
and you have to chug like 44 ounces of whole milk. There's something in the water there, especially around the offensive line
Yeah.
position. What is it, dude?
I think they like when I went to Wisconsin on my visit, when Coach Rudolph saw me, because I didn't know where I was going to play. They said
Yeah.
like, we don't know if you're going to be defense or offense, and he's like, man, I really like your
They
feet.
knew.
Like, I really like
They
your feet.
they knew that
And
you
then
were
in the
gonna
springtime,
Yeah.
he like came
There's
down
no
with
shot,
my,
dude.
you know,
There's no shot, dude.
So, but it was funny though. But even like, you know, I mean, like imagine like going back to the first time you like snapped a football under center, like how like awkward it was.
Oh yeah, didn't go
right?
well.
Like it didn't go well. You
Yeah.
jamming fingers. You're like, I don't know how I'm doing this. I'm not even looking at it. Right? Like there's some things that people just don't understand until you actually do it. For
Well,
the
you had
first time.
said recently that like you were still working, like you know, one of the things you had to do walking into a new building was you had to learn how to under center with a different quarterback.
Yeah,
Because
no.
even if like you've snapped the ball thousands of times,
Thousands.
you still f- up those snaps every once in a while, don't you?
You know when.
Yeah,
You know when you do.
yeah,
You know when
Yeah,
you do. Like
no, it
if
is.
you gotta reach like a
No
wide
doubt.
shade, like you know if it's like
no doubt.
Yeah,
No
and
doubt.
It's like you can autocorrect. Even there's a millisecond where you can like.
We've all been the panic,
For sure.
or like especially in practice, the mid play look back. Like when you're
Oh,
looking
yeah.
back there, I just want to make sure the quarterback had the thing. All right, so you're built from the ground up.
Yeah.
There's something in the water
Yeah.
there. What is it?
I don't know. Like I think it's really just like you have this kind of aura about Wisconsin that's just like gritty.
Mm.
Something about it. I'm throwing that out there.
Yeah, you
Like,
are.
I am.
It's
Like
gritty.
it's you just have that like passion. I would say like there's very great passionate people from Wisconsin for sure, and they love sports. They love sports.
They do.
Yeah, and they love drinking beer
Hey, Madison's a good time.
for sure. No, for sure.
How good of a time?
Man, I had a great time.
Yeah, I've heard people have good times.
Yeah,
Madison.
no, 100%.
Madison kick-ass time.
100%, right?
What is it about it? Is it just because certain college towns are deemed just to be extraordinary? Like I think of Miami of Ohio in regards to having a good time. I think of Iowa City having a good time, and then I hear Madison, Wisconsin having a good time. What is it about Madison that you might have a better time than other college towns?
Yeah, I think they know how to party. Like honestly, like
Yeah, that's
shoot,
good.
like it's
Yeah.
like what
Don't
is it,
incriminate
like
yourself.
number one, the top 5 like party schools in the nation. So like I mean they definitely know how to like raise the roof. But like I think like even like Badger games though, like they sell out. Like,
Yeah.
whether it's like hockey, basketball, football, like they sell out.
None of that was for you though. No, you were straight and
No.
narrow on the
Straight and
thing.
narrow.
Yeah, because I mean, like, dude, your senior year, All American,
Yeah, no,
two-time
I was
two-time
locked
All
in.
Big Ten, and Remington. That's kick ass, dude.
Yeah, locked in.
Congratulations.
Appreciate that.
Did you always have visions? All right, so you said like sophomore year, I had a vision to go to play college,
Yeah.
and then I had to keep my options open, but I always wanted to be a Badger.
Mm-hmm.
At what point in your college career did you say to yourself, "There's a chance
Yeah.
the NFL might be attainable"? Because some dudes, I think it's interesting. Like some guys, that's been my vision since I put on pads.
Yeah.
Some guys are like, that's a happy coincidence
Right.
that just kind of presented itself. Where did you fall in that mix? When did you realize that you had a chance to do this thing?
So my first year, I knew I had to like, like I had to like get going. Like I had to figure out how to snap a football. Like there
Mhm.
was like the first year I remember like in my first camp, and my gun snaps were like all over the place. They wouldn't even let me have a gun, like a ball in my hand, like for
Yeah.
like the show team.
That
for
feels
the-
good, doesn't
for
it?
camp, and I'm like,
That feels really
man,
good.
Come on, man. But no. So like I get through that camp, and I'm starting to like learn more about like what a 4-4 defense is, what's an odd structure, like what's a 4-3 dink versus a 4-3 sink or whatever.
Don't say the dink sink, dude.
Dude, all this
Don't say
stuff,
the dink
right?
sink. I can't stand the dink sink. I can't do it.
But like, so you go through just like, and you're looking at the game in such a different way, coming from like defense, right?
Mhm.
So like you're actually thinking about like, but also you're kind of like ahead of like stances a little bit in regards to like, what would I do if I was trying to like slant a 3-tech, right? So like you kind of had a little bit more predictability, I'd say, in regards of like the like kind of variations of like how defenders kind of played a little bit, but like, and then it was like once I got my pass pro down, that took a while, but like once I got it down, like I was just like, all right, like
no one ever gets that down.
there's
dude.
a chance. And I remember it was like David Edwards told me like when I was
my
in Wisconsin, he was like, man, Badge, like next year, man, you might be out of here. And I was just like kind of like looking at him. He's like, and it was just like that kind of that like that self-belief of
Yeah.
like you can really like make it, right?
No doubt.
But also like the time is now. It's like the biggest saying that I heard was like, don't wait to be great. Like there's no point of waiting. Like it's just not. And so it's like reverse engineering of like I will be this one day. It's like more so like today I'm gonna be of what I think it is or the standard it should be. And then after that it's like, okay, like where's my limitation now? Like where's my limitation now? And like so you're almost like self-diagnosing like what you have and like how can I become better, right? So but after, because I was really close with like the O-line group, like after seeing like Ryan Ramczyk my first year,
Yeah.
him and TJ Watt, those battles, and then having like guys like Michael Dieter, David Edwards, and some of the other guys like Bo Benshaw, and those guys embraced me because when I went into that role, it was like I was a redshirt freshman and everyone else was like, they're already 3 years playing, right? So it was my first year and they really embraced me, and but also like I spent a lot of time with those guys and to create chemistry, because you know how chemistry is really made is like off the field, honestly, maybe more than on the field, right? And but also I kind of knew like what does a good like a great center like look like, and it's like the man next to you is just as good as you at sometimes, right?
Yeah.
For combination blocks,
Oh,
for
totally.
example, or a slide, like integrity and all that stuff. So but yeah, I would say like my first it was like my second or my first 2 years, like playing right after my second year, like I knew, like, because then I was like, because then it's like you're looking at like, oh, what's the average height for a center in the NFL? Like you're looking at like all
slippery
the
slope, dog.
dimensions.
Slippery slope, brother.
No, because it's like true, because it's like you go to the combine and you're like, either like measuring you, they're doing all this stuff, and you're like, just look at my film, like I can play.
Oh, dude.
So
These little Whopperburger Jr. hands got diagnosed real quick. I'm telling you, real quick. Dude. Yeah,
that was an MRI machine, like.
Oh. Yeah, well, that's because you guys are playing hard-nosed football up in Wisconsin,
right.
brother. Hey, dude, talk about Dave Edwards a little bit. The
Yeah.
dude got broke off this offseason.
Yeah, absolutely.
He has had, talk about, everyone that walks a different path in this NFL gig, from a Super Bowl starter and winner to that kind of tumultuous last season in LA, comes to Buffalo on a 1 year, signs another one, then he signs a 2 year, proves himself as a starter. And I think, was it 64 for 62?
Yeah.
But usually you guys you chase that big second contract when you're fourth or fifth year, your fifth year, right?
Right.
Dave had to wait 8 years, and you talked about it. Dave's a good person. It's a
great
good
person.
soul. What was it like
Absolutely.
being a teammate with Dave, and how's your relationship with him?
Man,
he maturated.
He helped me grow for sure. Like he was a very very smart at like a young age, because he came from, obviously, like he was a quarterback in high school, so, and then he was a tight end, and then he went to offensive line. So like,
damn,
he knew the bigger picture a lot of times, maybe more, and like me, like learning like offenses in general. Like my first years in college, like it was great to like lean on him at times of like when I wanted to like maybe conceptually learn a little bit more about this or that. But man, like he's a great guy, man. I was so happy for him when I saw that news too. Like I was like, man, like he got it because like he was killing it in LA,
Crushing.
crushing it, and so, but man, I was just so happy for him and his family. Like
he's got a lot of kids he's got to pay for.
I was gonna say,
My
like,
man,
what is he on now? Like
four.
Yeah,
Dave, young man, a lot
Love
of
that
kids.
guy. No,
Yeah,
he's awesome, man.
Good
No,
Catholic family,
for
Dave
sure,
Edwards.
for sure.
Okay, so you have this unbelievable career at Wisconsin. You have all of these accolades thrown your way. Your senior year, well earned, well deserved. You enter the draft process.
Mm-hmm.
What was your expectation going into the draft process?
So I didn't do the combine. So
Yeah, 2020 was fun, huh?
yeah, yeah. So it was COVID. Yeah, right.
The basement draft.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Like,
Yeah, that was fun.
Jerry was on a yacht.
Oh yeah. He's
yeah.
good.
So, but no, I went through the draft process and ended up not doing the combine. Had a shoulder surgery, so I didn't do the combine. But I went into
MRI machine makes a lot more sense
right,
now. Yeah, there you go.
But so we went to had the formal interviews because the informal ones were at the combine and they're all, fishbowl or whatever you want to call it or whatever. And but the formal ones were all on Zoom. And then there was no 30-day visit for us.
Mm-mm.
So we didn't have any of that. People's pro day. Like I still had a pro day where I could do another visitations and stuff like that. But like the 30-day visits, like, so I didn't know any facility or stadium.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what anything really
Did you have
looked
any
like.
inkling of who was interested?
Yeah, so there was 3 teams I knew. It was like Dallas, Rams, and Giants. That I thought.
And then
Dallas.
fourth round,
last pick.
Did Jerry calls you?
Yeah, Jerry calls me. Yeah.
Emperor Palpatine calls you from his. Okay, so I have so many questions about being a Dallas Cowboy.
Yeah.
First of all, you walk into a star-studded locker room on the heels of Travis Frederick retiring. Another dude who was in there, another Wisconsin guy, right?
Yeah.
Another one of those dudes when I got in the league.
Yep.
Of course, he had a very difficult path to walk and then came back. It was this awesome moment to see him and play well.
Oh, for sure.
And then to have that wherewithal to be done.
Yep.
But still, you're walking into an offensive line room with Tyron Smith, Zach Martin, among a slew of other folks. What was that like?
Yeah. So my O-line coach, and so he had gone and seen like how Dallas ran zone prior to me leaving college. So like my last year of college, we would always watch the Dallas Cowboys offensive line tape with Zeke. And we would watch like their outside zone and we would critique our stuff of how we wanted to run it because we had Jonathan Taylor.
Heard of him. Yeah.
Great guy.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Man, amazing. And so when I went to Dallas, it was like all these guys that I've been watching for the last year. And I did like a tape study on Travis Frederick the year prior to that. So like, because he was from Wisconsin, another great Badger. And so it was just it was so like, it gives me chills because it was like crazy because it was like the people you were watching and then all of a sudden being a Packer fan growing up and then McCarthy getting the head coaching job. And it was just like, man, like
stars are aligning.
Yeah. Like what? And it was such a like, it's almost like you went to your dream college again in a way, right? Like it was just like, man, like if I could pick it, and then having like a leader like Dak, like from the rip, and
I'm
like
a huge Dak fan
to take me in and like help me like progress through like the COVID season too, because I started like 6 games that season, but going into the following year, like in 2021, like we worked all the time and to get me up to speed, whether it be the playbook or whatever. And so, no, man,
he's solid as a rock, isn't he?
Yeah, he's solid.
Dak's solid as a rock.
He's great. There was Tyron, Zach, and Dak, and those guys, like, they took me in for sure. And like Zeke and like all those guys, like.
I heard Zeke was kind of wild
in
the best
Collins,
way. Yeah.
Collins,
Lyle Collins is my draft class.
Yeah, we had a crew. Yeah, we had a crew.
That's crazy. Yeah,
that's like I walked
crew.
into like guys that knew a lot about ball, and they also knew how to like integrate certain things and how to like continue to get better at certain things. And no, man, we anyways.
Well, you got a little starting, like you said, because the starter, I forget his name. What was the starter's name?
Joe Looney.
Joe Looney went down. Then
Yep.
you pulled your
Joe
calf.
Looney.
You pulled your calf pretty
I
hard.
pulled my hammy. Yeah,
That was your hammy?
that was my hammy. Yep. I was stretching, and I was like kind of tight, and I just did 2 takeoffs, and I tweaked my hammy. Tough.
You're too skinny is what happened.
It was COVID, dude. I was like,
It was
everything's going crazy. Like, there's no fans in the stadium. I was just like, man, what is going on?
Well, it seems, because the Cowboys are such an interesting organization. There's such an interesting energy around them, when you're in Texas, but also outside. It's one of the most loved teams by its fan bases. Every fan base will say they love their team, but the Cowboys fans are so eccentric and wild.
For sure.
It's also seems to be one of the most hated teams in the NFL, but everyone in that organization seems to not give a shit, and it's fine. There seemed, did it like you're deemed America's team, and it definitely seemed like there's a little bit of added pressure having the star on there. Do you feel that as a player? Like, this is deemed America's team. I'm wearing the stars, just like, this is the team I play for. March on.
Yeah, I think part of it was like you kind of like reverse engineered that, right? Like you kind of like you put a like. We knew it was like Super Bowl or bust, but like as it should be.
Totally.
Right? Like what else is the goal,
No
right?
doubt.
So when you put it in that perspective, it's like, well, why wouldn't, right? And it's like, and you put it in that perspective, but also knowing like what the standard is and like how are you gonna get there, right? And how are you gonna embrace whatever happened the year before to get better? Like, how can you climb that mountain again? We had that 3-year stretch where like we had great teams, and it's like, obviously like the end goal, we didn't get there, but like through that stretch of time, like on those 3 years, like I don't think people realize how hard that is to do in a lot of respect. So like and obviously, like you've been on that mountain before, like it's a journey, and to stay consistent and with the tougher end losses or like maybe the unexpected.
It's interesting you say like, that's the end goal for every team.
Right.
Every coach, we've had one coach in every organization that says, only one team's happy at the end of the season, all that cliche stuff. But I want to know, was there a conversation in 2023 was your last season with the Cowboys? Was there conversations staying around, or did you know? Like, because for me, so I gotten hurt in my 3rd year. I go into my 4th year. At the beginning of the year, they told me, hey, we don't have any money left. Go with God. It's not because we don't like you. It's just kind of how the business goes. And it was super liberating, but I knew where I stood and we had that conversation. Was there any dialogue going into free agency or going into free agency rather, and then through free agency before you signed with the Commanders?
Yeah, I think there was with the organization of where they were, like with the cap and everything like that. I think that was more of the conversation that was very short ended, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing really to say much more.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just me. Like, there was a lot of guys that free agency class that left and that all got paid and rightfully so. And but yeah, and then obviously like there wasn't like there's a little bit of conversation, but there wasn't anything leading into the next year to stay, right? And so and obviously like you open up like what else is out there, right? Like you kind of
have to.
Yeah. And that's when like that was the free agency when you went to Jacksonville.
Yeah.
I
have to.
Right.
That's right. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was looking at that and I was like, oh,
there you
Mitch
go.
went to Jacksonville.
That's a weird kind of full circle moment. That's right.
For sure.
You end up going sign a 3-year, $30 million deal.
Yep.
Fuck yes.
Appreciate it.
With the Washington Commanders.
Yep.
You bring in a guy, Jaden Daniels.
Yep.
You're in now a unique position where when you first got to the Dallas Cowboys, you had a veteran quarterback and you were a young center figuring this out. It seems the roles are reversed just a touch. You're the vet center with a young QB. Yeah. What was that like stepping into that position after having the inverse in Dallas?
Yeah, it was like kind of like everything you learned in 4 years, which was amazing experiences, right? And the tough, bad, ugly, whatever you want to call it. But anything like younger guys, even like Jaden, whatever they needed, like I was open to being like, hey, like, this was this or whatever the conversations were, whether it be life and whether it be about football or not, with some of the other rookies on the team or whatever. But it was kind of like, man, I want to win. Like, I'm like, I still want to win. Like, and so however we can get there, by all means, like I'm in for it. So, but it was, definitely roles reversed. But his first year, like, man, the maturity that he came in with, bro, dude,
it's a breath of fresh air. Yeah,
dude, come on, man. Like, like I'm doing the protection call, but like, man, like he's smart. He's very smart. And yeah, he's killing it for sure.
He's a stud, dude.
He's a stud for sure.
He burst on the scene, and it was a celebration for the game of football, right? Because he seems like a kick-ass dude, rightfully so, right? That 2024 season you guys had was lightning. It was not, because lightning in a bottle means it was just a strange instance going on, but I do feel like something special there, especially with that quarterback.
For sure.
And there's one game that everyone talks about and thinks about. It's that Chicago Bears game.
Oh yeah,
dude.
Yeah, dude.
Can you take us back to that last play? Just I know it's been. I know everyone's talked about it.
Yeah.
I'm just so excited to hear from someone who was actually there about that.
Yeah. So it was interesting because right before we threw the Hail Mary, we had I think it was like 5 seconds left in the game, and we threw like an out to Terry. And
Scary Terry, another stud, dude.
Another stud, studs all around. But we got like another, like, I think it was like 7 yards or something like that, and there was like 1 second left or something, but it put us in range to get it there. And like obviously we all knew like Jay was gonna throw it up for sure, but like to get the angle to where it can come down, right? Like you've always seen like the Aaron Rodgers angles where it's like straight down, right? But like his was like very similar in some respect, and but no, like I remember that play, like it was like it just took so long.
You guys blocked your ass off, dude.
So
you guys blocked
because like I was
forever.
Yeah, and it was and there was we did what we needed to do, but I think there was like some discretion of like some of the blocks that were happening around the pocket after the game. But hey, like we were balling.
It
like,
happened, dude.
Yeah, no, but no, he stepped up, and I didn't even know who caught it. Like I knew I saw the tip, because when he threw it, like we all looked up and everything just stopped, and we saw like the tip, and we're in a balance, and like someone caught it, and everyone erupted, and like for like until we got in the locker room, I didn't know who caught the touchdown. And I'm like, I blacked out. I threw my helmet. I was celebrating. I was running around. I'm like, man, is this what it feels like to be a part of a Hail Mary? Like what? So that was crazy. That was so cool though.
The floor seemed to be shaking.
Crazy. Because that was a turning point for them and for us though, at the same time. Because like they didn't have a great stretch after that, but obviously we did too. We actually had a great stretch. So, but Hail Mary, man. That was the only one so far. Yeah, well, have you been part of one?
If that's, I've been a part of the other one. I've been on the other side.
On the other side,
yeah, that sucks ass.
Yeah.
Not as fun.
Yeah,
but even if you only have one, what a one to have.
Oh man, a game winner.
One to have. I mean,
and during the play, like not talking about other people, but like there's the
dude's chirping.
The dude's chirping to our fans and everything, and like he's
what a great learning experience.
He's the one who tipped it. Like crazy, right?
What a great learning experience for all involved.
Very great learning experience.
Speaking of learning experiences, we kind of touched on this at the very beginning. You get let go.
Yep.
Was that something, and you don't have to answer this if you don't, is that something that caught you off guard, or was there conversation before? Because listen, it gave you this opportunity you're in a really kick-ass locker room full of dudes with this palpable energy of making the step. But when that conversation came about, where was your mental state? Did you find it catching you off guard, or was this something that you were anticipating?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like anytime you're going into like, you kind of like see it around the league too, in some respects of like, whether a person's coming off of, guaranteed money, or they're at the end of towards the end of your contract, or if there's different like business moves and all that stuff. So like, you never really know, obviously, and obviously you want to have like a security blanket on everything, but that's not the reality of it, right? Everything can be shuffled at any time. So, you just have like great faith with it, right? Like you always have but also you look at it like a learning experience too. Like, okay, like, I asked them, and like, how can I make this better for myself in the future, right? Or this or that, and then sometimes it just does come down to business, and there isn't really like, right, some different things, right? Who knows, right?
Everyone gets touched, dude. And there's only there's a select few that don't,
right?
And everyone gets touched. It doesn't make it any easier,
right?
But yeah,
I would say though, there was a point like right when that happened, it's like you really have the choice of like, how do I want to perceive this, because
No
at
doubt.
the same time, like, you can go down a road, or you can take it in great faith of like, you know, I'm not where I need to be right now. Like, I'm gonna find that home just coming up. It's right around the corner. Like, just be patient with it too. So there wasn't like crazy emotions off of it. It was more so like, okay, I need to go find a job.
Yeah.
Let's go visit. You know,
Somebody's knocking at your door. Sounds like Jesus.
Yeah, right.
And in that instance, dude, I'm telling you, it just seemed to get, the Chargers have always been fascinating to me.
Mm-hmm.
I look at the personnel littered all over that depth chart is talent through and through. You have a good culture. You have this palpable thing that you feel like this team, especially in this division, we saw, of course, the Broncos enter it, and the Chiefs are always going to be the Chiefs, but this division still feels very much undecided.
Right.
It's a fascinating division to be a part of right now. And you talked about it earlier. It's like every team is going in here being like, it's Super Bowl or bust for all of us.
Right.
But what is the energy like in this building? Is it something that is just like we're being doubted, or we're just on the cusp, or it's one of these things, it's just like there's kind of this tension, and sometimes tension gets a negative connotation. Mm-hmm. What do you feel like in this building right now?
So I don't really know what last year looked like for them. Obviously, I wasn't there. But, like, I know what winning is like, and I like to get back on that road, right? Mm-hmm. So, like, but taking it into a perspective of, like, you know, what can I be a service to us at the same time with my experience, right? Mm-hmm. Like, you kind of take it, and not necessarily a different approach, but like you learn from like your experiences, whether it's in your third year to your fifth, or to your, you know, fourth to your sixth or whatever. It's like you just kind of learn on maybe to approach, and or even like, how about rookies, like giving them maybe limited information, because maybe too much is just too much. Right?
Oh yes, of course.
So in that aspect, it's like how can I be a service? Obviously, like, you know, I'm playing center, but at the same time, how can I help, you know, us all grow as a unit and what I can bring to the table, and I'm one of the pieces to this whole puzzle, right? But I will say though, like, vibes are hot, like they're fiery, they're fire right now. Like, obviously it's phase 2 right now, and but just like the work ethic we have, like when we're working out together, and you know, the defense even integrating with the offense, and like we have great vibes and stuff like that, and you know. We do a good job of, like, you know, camaraderie. Besides
Tyler Biadasz, who's the one guy maybe behind the scenes that's the catalyst for this energy? Is there one dude who just seems like every day, man, this dude walks in and he just seems to be pushing the pile forward?
Man. I say Derwin James comes with some energy every day. He comes with some energy every day. Yeah. For sure. But no, I mean, I think just as like the group, obviously, like, you know, we as players have energy, but the coaches too. Like, they have energy too, and like they're, you know,
the pants.
Yeah, no, they're going. Like, we're going. So like it's been a fun. You know, I've only been here a month, and it seems like you've been here for a longer time than that. So
which is the sign of a team, not only a welcoming culture, but something you feel comfortable with. At home. Yeah. Do you mind if we do some questions?
Yeah, for sure.
Segment sponsored by LaBatt.
Yeah.
It's called Center of Attention.
All right.
Yeah, it took me a while to think of that one too. You ready for this one?
Yeah.
All right. So I couldn't kick the habit of writing in a notebook. Everyone's got these Google Docs and everything. I just started using my Gmail, but I just still go down to this. All right. Center of Attention. You ready, Tyler?
Yep.
All right. I want you to answer this one as honestly as possible. All right. Tyler Biadasz. How often are you out there pretending you're 100% right on a call when on the inside you're praying you are right?
I'm pretty confident.
Confident?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident in every call.
Every call?
Yeah.
Every single one?
Yeah.
I love that about you.
Yeah. No.
All right. Very good. Very good. Tyler Biadasz, are you a guy who likes to stir the pot, or are you a silent assassin?
Silent assassin.
Silent assassin? And why is that just your gentle disposition, or is that something that you don't want to incite?
It's to be unexpected, like, you know, like I'm silent assassin.
Silent assassin.
Yeah, silent
I dig
assassin,
that.
Yeah.
Can you guess what I was?
Stir the pot.
I was a mute, dude. I didn't say a thing out there. I didn't say a thing. At first, I was too tired, because when you're in your center stance, like, your guts are scrunching your lungs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Always.
Oh, for sure.
And then, like, why would I piss off someone who's already trying to hurt me?
No. I will.
I'm not gonna try to be your buddy, but I'm just not gonna say anything.
Like, if there's like obviously advantages to it. Like if you want to, get in someone's grill and see if they pull a punch, great. I got a helmet on, cool.
Yeah,
but like
I've seen you.
I was in a tempo offense. There was no time for that.
Now you're sucking wind. All right. Okay. Tyler Biadasz. Who or what team gave you the craziest look on defense that made you say, "What the fuck is that?"
I couldn't even tell you.
I'll give you one.
Yeah.
Have you ever played Brian Flores? So he's with the Vikings now. He's with the Patriots before.
Okay. Yeah.
So when he gives you like these weird, just like odd, freaky man fronts. So I remember we played him in the 2018 championship game, AFC championship game. I was with the Chiefs. He was with the Patriots. I'm on the sideline. Of course, I'm a manic, just psychotic mess anyways. And I'm sitting there like, I don't even know what I'm looking at. Has there been any moment where you've had to like take like, hey, hold on, I wish I could call a timeout right now because I don't know what I'm looking at?
Yeah, like if I wasn't prepared for like a 7-up look or like an 8-up look, like what's the first initial call? Because you can't sometimes you have to create like a 4-down, or sometimes you have to like obviously like
that's the worst.
The
like,
bigs around the bigs,
do I
and
call,
if like they got no bigs over there, you gotta like obviously like
deem who's the big on this one, right? Yeah. That was always, once you get that down, once you're like, all right, I can establish this as a 4-down front. They're trying to bam it. He's the big, and then everything follows suit.
For sure.
Oh man, yeah. Or any like every coach now has a blitz 0 package, and you dive in on it. But like the first time they throw like a weird blitz 0 at you.
Okay. So this is my first year going in to camp. Spinners.
Hate
like,
that. Can't stand them.
I was lost to like even figure out how to like interpret that. Like, right. Like, so that was like in camp. I would say like my first camp.
You know what I hate? You know what I hate?
I don't know.
Spinners. And what I hate is all these insane pass rushers now thinking they should do basketball moves over the center and try to do these twist things.
Miles Garrett, like,
well, you were there when Micah started doing that, right?
Yeah.
How fun was that in practice?
Oh, we had our battles.
Yeah,
we did.
He did that to me. I held the hell out of him.
Yeah.
And I didn't call it. I held the shit out of him. And I even looked as one of those ones you hold and you look right at the ref.
For sure. Every time.
I held the shit out of him.
I know exactly.
Yeah, but like Myles Garrett, my last year was doing this thing. And I'm like, I know. If I give up a sack or anything on this, it's going to be everywhere. My mom is going to know about it. Like everyone's going to know about it. All right, good. Yeah, spinners aren't it. Okay, do you, as the center, Tyler Biadasz, as the center on the offensive line, do you feel like you're the therapist for the fellas?
I think what the situation sometimes, if you, as in myself, like too, like if you get caught on a play where like, motion's a little hot after, like you got to get pulled back a little bit. Sure. Or if someone like maybe beside you, like, maybe doesn't have the greatest rep or did whatever he did, and you could tell by body language, maybe sometimes like, words of encouragement. Absolutely. If you want to put it in that perspective.
Yeah. That's a great perspective.
Right.
That's what therapists would say.
Yeah,
you have a great, that's a great therapist answer.
But yeah, like as I would want if I was in that situation.
Of course.
For sure.
Yeah. That's fantastic. There was one question I was going to ask you, but the gals are here. It's one we always. I don't want you to answer it. The question you don't answer, but for some reason we have to ask every single person. Maybe I don't want him to answer, but I was just like, for some reason we always ask, when was the last time you deuced your pants?
I can't tell you that.
Yeah. All right. See, there you go. You're lying, but that's cool.
When I was sick in 7th grade.
Yeah. Hey, what are your thoughts on PFF grades?
I think.
Oh, he's gonna give me some.
I think we all know that answer.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it like that. Like I'm confused. Like honestly, confused. Like I have no idea where they. Like I just like.
Well, it doesn't make sense to me because maybe for other positions there's this. There's objective stuff, right? Yardage, blitzes, stuff like that.
Sure.
But you're going to tell me you don't know the communication that's gone inside. You don't know what I've been coached. You don't know the combination.
You don't know the route. You don't even in off of like talking about outside of like O-line perspective. Like you don't know what they're coached on. Like how many yards the route is, or if they're breaking versus man versus zone. Like you don't know any of that. Where it's like. I honestly, I'm kind of confused because I'm like, I thought my coaches were grading me. I didn't think, you know what I mean? Like, because it's like, why do I like?
Yeah.
I mean, because then obviously, like, I would say I'm genuinely confused because also like it kind of like I wouldn't say like I would be interested to see like if the player gets like confused about that because it's like you shouldn't be actually like wanting to know what PFF. You'd want your coaches and like the ownership group to like,
and
that's who you'd want.
And what people don't know is that they're doing their own grading
for sure.
And it's nothing. Well, sometimes it's nothing.
And it's all respect to PFF. I don't have disrespect for PFF. It's
I
more
do.
so like
I have a little disrespect for PFF.
I just don't like. I don't know their scales. You don't even know their measurements. You don't know what they're even. I don't know how to get better on PFF.
Hey, just tell me how to get better, dude. You're
like,
bumming me out.
It's a knockdown, a plus.
Oh, dude. The thing about PFF is like it is the one thing that drives me insane is like it's a tool for the layman to know exactly for them to think that they know what's going on in the offensive line.
Right. And it's like, but also if you have
and you're telling me they don't have,
if you have a duel and you squeeze and it's a sack, it's like, what are we doing?
And you're telling me they don't have favorites? Some that being said, some guys like Creed read well, totally.
Yeah.
He's unbelievable. Sure. He should be exactly where he is.
For sure.
In some instances, there's some players I'm like, how do you know? Who do you know on the inside, my friend? All right, we'll leave that at that, and we'll edit a lot of that PFF thing out because I'm sure they have goons that'll find my house. They will. I know it. Last question, dude. And before I say this last question, I can't thank you enough to take the time out of your day to come here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sit down,
man.
Chat.
Mitch Morse, the legend.
Eat shit, dude. Eat shit. Thank you. That's very kind. You're so sweet.
Man, for real.
You're so sweet. The last question. So I don't know how much longer you want to play. I think that question, when I was asked, it changes from year to year. It's such a fluid deal. But whenever you do decide to hang up your cleats, decide to walk away from the game in this capacity, how do you want to be remembered? Tyler Biadasz, how do you want to be remembered not only as a player, but as a teammate?
That's a loaded question. As a player, like I took the game as far as I could. Like I reached, obviously we want to reach to our full potential as a like the best version of ourselves of what we can interpret, right? Like obviously like you're chasing greatness, but at the same time it's like, obviously I want to win a Super Bowl, but like I would still want to chase like my best version of myself.
Sure. At
the end of the day, I think that's what like drives it each and every year, right? To be able to say that'd be huge. Right? But it's like obviously you're not trying to like always be, trying to find things that you can work on like each and every second of the day, but it's more so like, how the game's played. Like if you can, having great games in the NFL, that's hard to do.
Hard.
So, but as a player,
PFF says it's pretty hard too.
Yeah. For every center. No, but from the player's perspective, like a genuine great teammate, can lean on me whether it's football or not. I think, I take great pride in regards of like, helping, others and if they're in need of it in regards of like mental health side of it, being maybe not on the major end of it, but like knowing what some may have gone through and seeing how it can, how maybe your brain can steer you in certain different ways where it's like it might not seem to be that easy. So being there for those guys or for being just a asset to my teammate as I can be, right? To be not just only for the best for the team, but for life in general. Because it's like, shoot, like, look at this, right? Like, take it all in every day, But
that's a great answer.
Appreciate that.
Tyler Biadasz. I'm honestly, it's hard to have that kind of perspective at that stage of your career. I know it's every year seems like a lifetime in the NFL.
Dude,
it does, doesn't it?
It's so weird. Like, you don't even think of your age. I genuinely
Just wait till you hit 30, then you think about it.
But it's crazy though, because like I felt like I had more passion coming into like LA. It's all perspectives in my right.
Yep.
But it's like once you actually like learn about that and like take age out,
Yep.
and you can really like kind of choose how you want to feel and how you're gonna go about it. But even like doing like podcasts like this, like you ain't catching me doing this like when I was 24 or 25. Like it was too big for my brain.
Yeah.
Like it just wasn't. That was just too much, and now it's like hell yeah, like for sure. Like this is the motherfucker I like watched on film. So like no, but like for real though, like but also to share like our stories, right? Like it's like I think how we've impacted like the generation before us, but like to be able to see that during the career was so hard for me.
Yeah.
Like first. So it's like when you finally see that, you're like, you hold yourself more to that standard, or like being able to be a part of like podcasts like this and being like, hell yeah. Like,
I appreciate that, brother.
Yeah. Cause people don't know, people don't know. And it's like, now it's like you have all these podcasts and it's great because it's like, you're actually getting like, what maybe just happened last year and you're kind of like having dialogue of it. Right.
No doubt.
For sure.
Well, I mean, first of all, you've been such a gift on here with your information sharing and delving into all the facets of your life and football, of course. But I'm so excited for you because change, as you're figuring out, is often a gift. And the times when you don't feel like it's going to be a gift at first, you're in this place right now where you're feeling it. It's going to be a gift. You're going to learn so much, and you're going to continue to learn so much, and then you're going to be done.
Right.
And it's a cyclical thing that every old person says is like, what do they say? A few things they say. Football isn't the same game that it used to be. Time's going to fly and you're going to learn and then you're going to be done. Mm-hmm. But you're at this precipice of career, my friend. I feel like you have some really good football ahead of you. I can't wait to be there on cheering from the sideline and pointing. My kids, there's the guy. God bless you, Tyler Biadasz. That's another episode of In Good Company with Mitch Morse. God bless you, and I'll see you next time.